Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome back to the Shadow Realm Sports Podcast. Number one podcast in the entire multiverse, the entire dimension. Unfortunately, across all multiverses, you know, I've had some pretty bad days in my life. I remember the day my mom told me Santa Claus wasn't real. That was pretty bad. There was one time my parents told me my turtle ran away. I knew it was a lie. Turtles don't run. One time I peed myself in the first grade. That wasn't fun. I didn't have any extra shorts. But none of that compares to the atrocity we saw last night. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most embarrassing games I've ever seen in my entire life. Just absolutely painful. I stayed hopeful and hopeful and hopeful, but there was no hope. Why am I laughing? I don't know. It's torture. But let's get right into it. All right. Right off the bat, before the game even started, big injury announcement. Tyler Hero out with a groin injury. I know a lot of Heat fans were thinking, hey, look, he's not really doing much. It's not going to change the game. It changed the game. It changed the game completely. We don't have that punch coming off the bench. We didn't have anything last night, ladies and gentlemen. My God. But we'll get right into that. This is pregame. I'm already getting worked up pregame. For the Celtics, Robert Williams back in. Marcus Smart, like I mentioned last episode, rolled his ankle and sure enough, swelled up like a balloon and he is out. He was out for last night's game. Now let's get into it. All right, right away. Your Heat look confused. 7-0 run by the Celtics to start off the game. Not 7-0 run. 7-0 run by Derek White. Derek White. Who the hell is Derek White? But that guy scored 7 points on us like nothing. Boston just gets out and starts getting all the offensive boards. The presence of Robert Williams was felt immediately. You could see we're just outside with both him and Horford on the court. And your Heat were just not grabbing anything, man. Jesus Christ. And that sets the tone for the rest of the game. It was all downhill from here, ladies and gentlemen. Your Heat were being way too passive. Nobody wanted to take a shot. And I mean nobody. It was good look, clear look, makeable look, pass. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Get a good look, pass. Cut inside, pass. Oh, my God. I think even... They almost passed the ball to me over the TV. Your Miami Heat just flat out forgot how to shoot, man. 0 for 15. 0 for 15. I'm not making it up. 0 for 15 to start the game. I forgot to mention I'm wearing a Panthers jersey, yo. It was a terrible night for South Florida sports, man. Your Panthers got routed as well. Got swept. Amazing season, just a disappointing end to a fantastic season. They were number one in their division, but swept. It was a bad night. It was a bad night, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, back to the game. So finally, after an 18-1 start, we only hit 1 point off a free throw. Victor Oladipo comes in and makes the first field goal for us, a 3-pointer. And really, for the rest of the game, Vic was the only person getting anything. I shit you not. You guys think I'm lying, but you're going to hear the stats at the end of this broadcast, man. I shit you not, nobody else scored. We were doing so bad that even Duncan Robinson came in early on, dog. I know that sounds like a joke. I'm not trying to bag on him, but he completely fell out of the rotation. So for us to get Duncan Robinson in this early, you knew it was a bad night. I mean, here I have notes saying that the Heat started getting out in transition and stuff, but nah, bro, that was like, maybe 1 or 2 plays? And then right back to the same. There's no positivity coming out from this quarter, second quarter, third quarter, or the fourth quarter. Maybe some sort of silver lining. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. But yeah, man, the Celtics, first quarter, 20 rebounds. Rebounds. I'm getting old. 20 rebounds. When I say that we were outside, man. Pause. Your Miami Heat starters had 5 combined points at the end of the first quarter. 5. And it gets worse. You think I'm playing, but I'm not playing, man. It gets worse. On the Celtics side, Jason Tatum heard all the slander. Again, I mentioned it before. That guy's a superstar. He's not going to have 2 bad games in a row. We're kidding ourselves if we think that's going to happen. So he came right out swinging. 12 points immediately in the first quarter. And again, I mentioned this earlier, second quarter. Only one really getting anything going, Depot, at one point was 5 of 6, 13 points off the bench midway through the second quarter, but there was no help for him. Nobody. Bam seemed to be scared, bro. Scared, tamed by Williams. I mean, I have to mention this, but it seems to be a trend, man. It seems to be a trend. Whenever there's a good defender on the other side of the ball, Bam seems to disappear, man. You know, in the last series, it was the same thing with against the Sixers. Joel Embiid was out, was able to do anything he wanted inside. Joel Embiid comes back, and he just kind of, he got scared, man. He gets scared, man. I don't know, man. Is it more than just being aggressive? I don't know. Would the game be completely different if he was aggressive? You saw what happened last game. Yes. Bam. Come on, dog. So Kyle Lowry came back in, tried to slow down the pace. Again, he was the one that set the pace for us last game. This time he saw it wasn't working. We were just doing too much. So he tried to slow the pace down, and that didn't work either. Nothing was working. And fun fact, man, Jimmy, with 3 minutes left in the quarter, Jimmy was the only starter with a field goal. Only starter with a field goal. Nobody else had a single field goal. That's embarrassing, dude. I was watching this game. Still hopeful. Always hopeful. I'm a Heat lifer. But Jesus Christ, I'm like, dog, if we don't get something going, this is going to be the worst game ever. And guess what? It was. Again, the free throws were lopsided. It was 24 on the Celtics side to 8 on our side. Not saying that had any sort of impact, and we were kind of doing it to ourselves. We were just chucking up shots, and their defense was great. Again, I'm not going to take anything away from the Celtics. Their defense was great. But still, it was a home game for them. It was a little bit lopsided. Not that it did much, but 24 to 8 free throws, I'm not going to say anything more about that. And one more thing I have to mention, man, before getting to the halftime talking points. PJ, bro, this was a trend throughout the whole game. I don't know if it's the knee. Was it the knee? Was it that he hurt him last time? It was the knee, right? Knee. I don't know if it was the knee, but he was just passing up every single shot, bro. Every single open look from his corner threes, his signature corner threes that he's been hitting every single day, every single game. Had he even attempted a three, one of those threes, it could have changed something, man. It could have let us, it could lead to the Celtics not thinking we were so one-dimensional. That's why they were able to control us so much on defense, play us so well on defense, because it was just, nobody knew what their role was. PJ was just passing up shots that could have been, that could have changed everything. That could have changed everything. That could have led to more open looks. I don't know, man, something. But when we're afraid to shoot, when we're afraid to play basketball, this is what happens. This is what happens. Let me tell you what happens. 57-33 at the half, with 18 of those points coming from Victor Oladipo. 18 off the bench, the starters, a combined 12 points at the half. And I shit you not, man, when I say it gets worse. It gets worse. Ugh. Sorry, guys. It was getting a little complicated with the math, so I'm back. How's it going? So, some talking points. Tatum did come to play for the Boston. Giggity. 24.7 rebounds, 3 assists at the half. Heard the slander. Only Depot showing up for us, and that's throughout the whole game. We're outsized, out-rebounded, and just completely outclassed in the first half. Second half, much worse. Again, starting off the third quarter, Williams and his size just pause. Williams and his height advantage felt early. Pause. But he got injured. Looks like he was limping. We don't know what his availability is going to be for the next game. That's going to be huge because, again, like I said, when he's in the game, Bam is lost. Bam and Jimmy came out a little bit more aggressive to start the second half, but to no avail, just flat out missing their shots. Jimmy was asked about it at the end of the game if his knee had anything to do, and he said, nah, bro, I just played like ass. You know, he keeps it real. Tatum was on fire again. Horford was huge on D. He was actually playing like the defensive player of the year. Them boys in the Celtics, bro, they're a really good defensive team, and they showed last night, especially Al Horford. And then at one point, I was just thinking, dog, how low can we go? We went lower. This is very, very subtle at the end of the third quarter, because I'm going to stop talking about this. Very subtle, but at the end of the third quarter, Gabe Vincent, there was a point where we forced a turnover. It was a 3-on-1. Gabe Vincent, instead of going up for a easy layup, wide open layup, passed up his shot to give it to Duncan Robinson so he can get an easy bucket. And that's just that Very subtle, but it's a veteran move because if he can get Duncan Robinson going, at least not for this game, for the very next game, he could have some sort of impact. Duncan Robinson did have a good game, had 14 points, really in garbage time, which is third quarter and fourth quarter. But at least he was able to get it going, and that was started by Gabe Vincent. So again, veteran move could have a huge impact for the rest of the series. Getting Duncan Robinson going, we need everybody to get it going. We need help. We need help. We need help. And again, the fourth quarter, man, it was just a flat out worst game I've ever seen. Worst game I've ever seen. So lopsided that the Celtics were able to rest their starters for the rest of the game. So they're going into the next game nice and rested. And boy, we're going into the next one embarrassed. So I'm going to stop talking about this. And I'm just going to give you some stats, bro. 102-82 Celtics. Series is now tied 2-2. This seems to be a chess match between Udoka and Spo. One coach gets the leg up on the other one in the very next game, and tonight just Spo was completely outmatched, man. Well, our players really weren't hitting anything, but there was no adjustments, nothing. Nothing came from our side. And again, the silver lining was that Depot was able to get his offense going, Duncan Robinson as well. But no other silver lining other than that, man. The Heat starters, again, combined 18 points for the whole game. That is the worst, statistically the worst showing by a starting five since the 1970-1971 NBA merger. NBA-ABA merger. Oh, boy. Okay, so I really got nothing much to say, man. It's tied 2-2, heading back to Miami. This is why we worked so hard for the 1 seed, because 2 of the next 3 games, if necessary, are going to be in Miami. So this is why you fight so hard in the regular season to get that 1 seed so you can get home court advantage for a situation like this. So, again, your Miami Heat coming back home, baby. Back to the 305. Woo! And hopefully we can play some Pepas. You know what I mean? Well, you didn't play it tonight, but yeah, man, that's all I got for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us. 21 episodes. 21 episodes. We're getting pretty good at this, I think. I don't know. I hope so. Let us know what you guys think. All right. Follow us on all platforms. Shadow Realm Sports on Instagram. Shadow Realm SP on Twitter. And my personal page, Drew What It Do, on all pages. Ladies and gentlemen, I am in agony. I know I'm smiling, but I'm dying on the inside. Just kidding. Keep your head up, Heat Nation. We got the next one. One love. Peace.